If you're struggling with osteoporosis or osteopenia, add half a teaspoon of this to a glass of water before bed.
Your Excellency, President Muhammad Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on protocols already established. I bring you fraternal greetings from the United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Antonio Guterres, whom, as you know, is closely following the developments in Nigeria, especially at this crucial electoral period. On behalf of the United Nations, I would like to commend the National Peace Committee under the leadership of General Abdul Salam Abubakar for once again bringing all the key stakeholders and actors together to commit to peaceful elections through the signing of the Second Peace Accord. I would like to reiterate the United Nations' continued support in this regard. I would also like to recognize the partnership between the United Nations and the National Peace Committee, through which we jointly organized 5 high-level stakeholder fora in Kaduna, Kano, Cross Rivers, Enugu, and Oyo states. These events were extremely valuable in promoting exchanges among the key stakeholders at state level, as well as in enabling them to make concrete commitments to peaceful elections similar to today's event. In addition to these events, the United Nations has supported the INEC and other stakeholders to promote voter education and the participation of women and youth, as well as enhance the respect of human rights and the rule of law during the electoral process. The United Nations would like to recognize the immense efforts undertaken by INEC with the support of government and other stakeholders in the organization of the elections. The United Nations would therefore like to encourage all political actors and their supporters to fully respect the provisions of all peace accords in order to create the enabling environment for peaceful elections essential for sustainable peace and development of Nigeria. The general elections are of major significance to Nigeria, the West Africa region, and the continent. Peaceful elections in Nigeria will not only send a clear and positive message to the rest of the region and the continent, but will also reinforce Nigeria's leadership role in this regard. In conclusion, while today's signing is indicative of the commitment to peaceful elections by political parties, it is our hope that it will lead to more concrete and concerted action for peace to reign during and after the elections, so that Nigeria ultimately emerges as the winner. And before I conclude, I would like to talk on a personal basis as a daughter of this continent, that all daughters and sons of this continent are really looking to these elections for the future of the continent. I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much. The acting special rep of the UN Secretary General for West Africa and the Sahel and head of UNOWAS. The next goodwill message will be taken from Right Honorable Baroness Patricia Scotland, Secretary General of the Commonwealth. She was here in 2019. I remember that this auditorium. Baroness Patricia Scotland, when she came in 2019, the suffix to her name was QC, meaning Queen's Counsel. Now it is KC, meaning King's Counsel.
Engineered as a drink, skin aids bioavailability.
Your Excellency, President Buhari, I stand on the protocols which have been already established. As Secretary General of the Commonwealth of Nations, it is an honor and a privilege to be with you once again, representing our family of nations, 56 and 2.5 billion people, at the signing of this peace accord. You know that your blood runs in my veins. This is an historic Ash Wednesday. We gather on the cusp of the 7th general election since Nigeria's return to democracy rule in 1999. I remember standing here before the leaders and peoples of this great country in 2019 and being conscious that as I did so and as I do now, of the size and majesty of this great country, its brilliance, the charm of its people, the feeling that the whole continent held its breath, waiting to see what this great country of Nigeria would do, in which direction it would go. And it is the same feeling today. Why is this election uniquely important? Because you are Nigeria, the powerhouse of Africa and the world's rising star. A political, economic, intellectual, spiritual, innovation, cultural, and currently.
Yeah, you can see what I'm talking here. The praises that this council, barrister, the Queen Council is praising Nigeria. So obviously the British people, they like the condition, the way all these old cargoes are roping the young people. The praises that the lady is showering here, I'm going to do an edit. I'm going to edit it special and share it to people across the whole world. Basically, look at this type of praises and why Nigerian youth are suffering. There is no light, there is no education, there is no good road. Look at the type of praises this lady is showering. So I'm going to make a note on this data because I'm going to, let me go back to her beginning of her speech. You see, this is when they are calling her to come. That is the problem that when I'm telling
Your
you people.
Excellency, President Buhari, I stand on the protocols which have been already established. As Secretary General of the Commonwealth of Nations, it is an honor and a privilege to be with you once again, representing our family of nations, 50.
You see what she said? She stand on the honor, the protocol that have been established. So this one Nigeria, even though people are sharing blood is moving from one state to another. The international body, look at this woman came from I think from Britain. I will research well on her because this is secondary research. Secondary research I'm doing, you know. Secondary research I'm doing. So you can see I start on the honor of something that have been established. So this Nigeria have been established, even though people are squeezing their own blood, people are being killed, they still establish it. No, I reject what you are saying. I reject it. They can't be killing people like where they are 400 girls was kidnapped in Chibu girls. What type of thing they establish? They establish nothing. Nigeria is going to be divided, like the way the Indians going to be divided. Everybody will go their own way. There's nothing established. I disagree with what you are reading. You know, thank God I'm doing. You can see it's not to talk. When you are studying all these things, this lady have passed a strong information, and I'm going to edit it and share it to the world. Youth are dying. Universities are being shut down for 1 year. What have they established? They established nothing.
6 and 2.5 billion people at the signing of this peace accord. You know, Your Excellency, President